Creating a AI blog reader. You can click on play sample to
Hello, this is me from ElevenLabs.
a floating button which I've added. So if you save and let me reload that, there's a floating button here, orange, and the color to the rest of the color to be vibrant. Let's see. Yeah. So
Have to feel overwhelming. By making small intentional changes in your daily routine, you can see a big difference in your finances over time.
in this video, I will be vibe coding a WordPress plugin using AI without any manual coding. You can follow this video step by step and vibe code any WordPress plugin you want. So we are creating a AI blog reader. So basically what it will do is it will enable your visitors to transform your text blog into an audio blog using an audio player placed inside your blog. Let me give you an overview of tools which I'm going to use. I'm going to use first is WordPress Studio, which is the local WordPress development. You can use that as well, and it will make it easy to install fresh copy of WordPress on your system. So I've already done that. Go to the first link in the description box, which is about this. They have a plug and play option for Mac and the Windows users. Create a sample website, any website you want, and then you have an interface like this. So second thing is you need an IDE. I will be using the Windsurf, but if you are going to use Cursor, you can free to use that as well. So this is the prompt which I've engineered. Here is the catch. So 99% of the users failed in vibe coding because they lack this process. This process is called context engineering. So what does it mean? If you go and read the prompt here, I said follow and read these two files. These two files will be created by AI. It has the context what you need to build. So what is the context? Context is something which AI should know while they are developing something. Every project is unique and every project has its own context or information needed to develop something. So this is what we are going to build right now. First context which I am going to build is WordPress best practices. There is a page called plugin handbook on wordpress.org. This is the whole handbook of how you can build a WordPress plugin with the best practices. First, I will open my demo WordPress project in the WordPress Studio. There you go. Let the agent chat open. So here is the agent chat. Then you need to select the AI model for your application. So I will be using GPT-5 high reasoning because I find it way better than the rest in the same area, but the Cloud Opus 4.1 is way better, but it will eat 20x credits than the GPT-5. Now I want to create a engineering context files. To do that, I will type a prompt. I want you to analyze this URL and its in content and create best practices and document everything needed to build a WordPress plugin. Place it in the root folder. All information you need to build a custom WP plugin, from steps to best practices. That's it. So let it run. So it will start analyzing those URLs and create a documentation in .m. And there you go. We have got our WordPress plugin development handbook ready. So this is a huge documentation built by the AI. In the same way, we are going to develop documentation for ElevenLabs. And for the ElevenLabs, we want to create a speech from the text. This is the reference URL, and I want to also let AI read the supportive content as well. And for that, I will say do the same for any supporting content to create a audio from text. We will be creating plugin for WordPress. Therefore, document accordingly. The API docs for further context to fetch, to send text, fetch audio, select voices. That's it. And what file name we need to create? We need to create ElevenLabs.md, create in the root folder. That's it. So it will create two files, WP best practices, and then it will add the another one which is for the ElevenLabs API. So why you need this? Let me give you an overview with this. In the future, you're going to prompt this particular AI. So what AI will do is it will first go to the context engineering part. It will read and analyze these two files, which is the best practices and API. So what it will do is it will not go beyond that. It will not create superficial code or hallucinate because it will stay in that context. So then it will start with a code. In every prompt, it will analyze the code base, analyze the context, and then give the code. Room for errors will be low, your credits will be saved, and there will be 80% chance that every code will be in production phase. Just wait for it to finish. Okay, it has created ElevenLabs API.md5. So we have our context engineering file ready. Next, we need to create a windsurf rule to follow these best practices. To do that, you need to go to settings and then search for the rule. Click on manage rule. So I've already created a AI reader MD file, and you don't need to create a global rule. You just need to create a workspace rule. So what is the difference between the two is if you enable the global rule, it will apply to all the projects you are working on inside Windsurf. But if you click on the workspace rule, it will just stay in the limit of the WordPress development for this particular workspace. So this is the difference between the two. I just created a Windsurf workspace rule only. And for the rule, I've already crafted one, which is you are a WordPress plugin developer. Always read WP best practices MD file and ElevenLabs MD file. Progress.md file. Why I need to create a progress.md file? Because if you are going to create a more complex WordPress plugin, you need this, because AI must have a timeline context where it ended, what it has done throughout this date. As you can see, I've already added in the root folder. You need to create a timeline documentation what you build written down. So date wise, if you are going to spend next 7-10 days, it will help AI to see the progress, the date you are working on. This is very important, and some global rules which I have added. Let me add this particular rule and click on always on, click on save. That's it. So this is being saved. And now let's start building our WordPress plugin. I've already engineered this particular prompt. You can check that out in the description box, and just copy this to here and press enter. Now let's just wait it to finish. So I won't be doing the step by step because it will be a very huge video, but I will walk you through all the steps it has taken from the past conversation. Let it complete, then I will be able to explain better. So do note the time, which is September 4, 12:25 p.m. right here. I will update you once it's completed. Okay, so it's done. As you can see, the player is here above the content, and let me play that for you. Since this
Have to feel overwhelming. By making small intentional changes in your daily routine, you can see a big difference in your finances over time.
So it's
Whether
working.
you're looking to cut.
So it added the logo, player, stop button, and for 10 seconds, rewind 10 seconds, repeat. And this speed 1.2x, you can increase that. And this is a download icon. Of course, you can change these icons just suitable according to your taste. And if user is scrolling down, it's showing a player here, which is what I wanted from it. Okay, now talking about the chat here. Let me give you an overview. It took around 60 credits to build this out, and there were some errors as well, obviously. So we started out 12 and it was completed by 4, but I have other work to do. That's why I'm recording at 5:30. So it took around 4 hours to complete and give me a working app. We go to the dashboard to show you what it has inside the dashboard. So the plugins is already activated like you usually do, and there is a AI reader option here. Going to the settings, this is the level API key. You need to enter that from going to your developers section, and there's the API key. So here you need to create that. Make sure you have not restricted this key. Go with the unrestricted key because it will not add any restriction to the API. So there's a 3 models: 2.5 multilingual, 2.5 flash, and version 2. And there's a selection of voices. So here is the list of voices you can select. If I select the Roger, you can click on play sample to
Hello, this is me from ElevenLabs.
to see if that particular voice suits you the best. So there's a design option. So you can either place above and below the content. I've already previewed with the above the content. So there's also a floating button which I've added. So if you save and let me reload that, there's a floating button here. It doesn't added any icon to it, but we can obviously iterate that and start adding the icon. If we select below content, it can also add that content below. And if I go to the above content, and there you go. So there is a color section. So if you want to change the color, you can simply go ahead and change that. For example, if you want to make it a black color combination, you can add that as well. So let me save and see which is, so background is added to the black. If I want to change this to some orange and the color to the rest of the color to be vibrant, let's see. Yeah, you can see the color combination here. There you go. However you want to customize the design. So there is the control. If you want to add the speed control, enable that. I've already enabled that. You can upload the logo one by one each video. If you have a favicon, you can just upload that here. Click on save changes. So you can just plug in and play any blog using this AI blog reader. I'm going to add more features to it until I release on promptslab.com. If you want to download the full version, I will be uploading that to promptslab.com. Do check that out. Grab the copy if you want to support us. Otherwise, you can follow this instruction which I've used in this particular video. You can check out the prompts which I've used here and build it out by yourself. So that's it about how I vibe coded to create such an amazing plugin like this. There will be more videos coming. If you have some suggestions in mind, do let me know in the comment box. So that's it for this video. See you in the next video. Bye bye.